Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And this is the review for Us.
Fuck!
Jordan Peele's second movie, his first one, Get Out, everybody knows, was a huge success. Everybody likes it a whole lot. In the pants, deep, darkly at
Couldn't
night.
watch it because he said get out.
Get out! In Us, a family goes on vacation to Santa Cruz to a beach house when a bunch of people who look just like them show up at their house and start to terrorize them, and we'll leave it at that.
What the crazy part here is that a family goes to Santa Cruz and loves gay people. It looks pretty, it's done decent, and I have all the respect in the world for Jordan Peele, a comedy guy with roots in comedy that's coming out with horror related stuff now, and that just shows, you know, everybody can make a horror movie. Well, not everybody, but like people that you never thought could make horror movies are the ones that are maybe in a way revitalizing the horror genre. I mean, you've got him, you've got Danny McBride writing Halloween 2018, and these are the guys that would normally you'd be like, fuck no, are you serious? How much crack did you put in your butt today? I'm not having those guys write it. Give me Paul W.S. Anderson on the phone. Resident Evil. I think this movie is a victim of the overhyped blow up the smoke in your butthole kind of train. It's a solid movie, and it feels good at night, but at the same time when I left the movie, I was just like, you guys like Acurus? I hope you both keep making these funny videos you make. Like, I don't know, like I wasn't blown away by it.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't blown away. I wasn't like, and I saw a tagline that says the greatest horror movie of all time. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but mainly the media and journalists and publicists and stuff like that are acting like I'm watching people bend over backwards to be like every single scene. Oh, what do you think he meant there? Oh my God, what do you think that this means? Oh my, what's the symbolism here? And there is some stuff in that.
A car driving down a road.
There's some twists and there's some turns and there's some smart things in the movie, but compared to what people are creating this movie to be, it's not that, and it falls far short of that.
Yeah, they think it's like fucking Christ coming back off the mountaintop. It's like, what are you talking about?
And I wish it was. Like, I'm rooting for Jordan Peele. Like, it's a good movie. Like, I like the movie. What I'm afraid of for him and his career is that there's so many people acting, like, jumping on the train of like, yeah, it's so deep, and there's this level, and that level, and this level, and that level, and oh my God, it's fucking crazy, that the next movie he does is gonna be really good.
Yeah.
And then everybody's gonna shit on it. I don't feel like it was mean enough at parts. I don't feel like it was sinister enough. I never felt like it was scary. There is, and this isn't giving anything away, a large portion of the film is a home invasion film. Mm-hmm. But it's, of course, the shit we've seen before, The Strangers, now it flips it on its head and other shit happens and they go a bunch of other crazy directions. What is a 10 out of 10 for me is the direction of the movie. the camera zooms, the slow movements, the really thought through, every shot in the movie is very well thought through, and there is symbolism, and there is nods to stuff, and there's Easter eggs, and there's really cool stuff in the movie. But I went into this movie and I just wanted to watch a horror movie that scared me, entertained me, or blew me away, and it didn't necessarily do any of those things except for entertain me. The characters were funny, and you gotta hand it to Winston Duke because he managed to be funny in this movie without ever feeling like the comedic relief. He was just good. Lupita Nyong'o, she was fantastic, and I do think that with the different things she had to do in this movie, she deserves an Oscar nomination for. Those are the 10 out of 10 things for me. I think the actors did an amazing job, and I think the movie's directed fantastically, and I think that everything else is good to a little bit above good. Just as far as the story goes and where it wrapped up and what it said and what it did and how scary it was, it never crossed the threshold to great to me, and that's okay.
It was just lacking something. I don't know what the fuck it needed, like some extra surge in its veins to really make it blow up. This is not a horror movie. Like, down and right, it's not a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
Nah, it's a suspense thriller movie at best. And if it's not that, it's a suspense thriller. Like, to me, like, it's like, but then again, I'm also the kind of guy that I wouldn't even rate, like, even though The Strangers is a horror movie, a lot of people consider it, I also thought that was a suspense thriller movie as well. Like, it's more psychological thriller than actual straight horror movie. But what The Strangers did was it was vile and cruel, and it did bad things to you for no fucking reason. It was just awful. Like, and the idea that these people were just stalking you to kill you for no reason other than you were home. This is, like you said, a home invasion, and the atmosphere's there. It just didn't have the panache to really make it, I don't know, something memorable for me. Like I walked out and I thought it was cool. I bought the, I got 5 on it on iTunes. Like, I bought it. and that's great. That got me something. I hadn't heard that song in years, but I don't know, man, he does his best with it. And like, I think he just wanted to make a solid film, and he did, and he does make a solid film. Except that once it came out and everybody was like, Jordan Peele's, great masterpiece of Get Out. finally directs a horror movie to end all horror movies. And like, you know, the way that they're just blowing it the fuck up. Like, obviously The Exorcist is the scariest movie of all time. We know that. Or The Gallows. Or you know what? Or science fiction psychological thriller.
Yeah,
you can call it science fiction.
You know, I mean, for me, it's easy. I think when I say that that's what I was going with before when he was like, it's a horror movie. Like, if you're going to put this in a genre and you're going to talk awards and stuff like that, call it a fucking horror movie, right? Because it's a horror movie. But as far as horror fans go, it's more suspense thriller than it is a horror movie. And that's okay. I'm not mad at it for that. I just think Jordan Peele, I think the movie, I think the screenplay itself, it was hindered by the weight of making something likable for fucking everyone. I think in a horror movie sometimes, for it to be truly great, well, people have been comparing it to The Shining, which I think is crazy, but The Shining pissed people off, right?
Yeah.
It had some dark shit in there. Like, it had some awful fucking
Because they faked the moon landing.
Some awful fucking themes. It was dark. It wasn't for everyone. It still isn't for everyone. And I think for a horror movie to be as scary as it needs to be a great horror movie, I think that you have to push the boundaries a little bit. And I felt like I think he's tampered by these expectations that he feels like he has to make a movie that everybody likes. So I didn't feel any risk in the movie at all. When it came down to the kills especially, a lot of them were, the camera zoomed away, it barely showed it. I don't need there to be gore, but I never felt that sense of dread either, like you felt in a movie like The Shining. I never felt that at all, because they constantly felt the need to be entertaining, which was good, but to a fault. The whole movie's, it's fucking well made as shit. It just isn't special because it wasn't ready to go that extra mile. I felt like a movie that wants to be a classic horror movie needs to go.
It just lacks something, and I don't know what that is. I'm not a director, so I don't know, but it just, if you look at it overall, the film, it's just missing something. You know, just pump the steroids in your butt and just take off your pants and helicopter that dick.
Yeah.
Like, and you're right, it's like almost like he was pumping the brakes sometimes, like, I mean, I don't want to get any kind of controversy started here because I don't want to go too deep on some of this shit. But
and that works for Get Out because Get Out's premise works so much better for that. Get Out had this humor and it had all these subtle things in it and it had that commentary. And this movie has that too. But I feel like everybody's jumping out of their fucking pants to be like, did you see that one time where they're playing paper, rock, scissors? Do you know what that means? Like, do you know what this means? And it's like, I feel like even Jordan Peele, somewhere Jordan Peele's sitting there going, I mean, that was just a scene in the movie.
That's what I was thinking. Like, if I just shot a fucking scene like where the car's driving down the road and there are bushes on the side of the street, they were like, "Did you know what that means? That means you're driving through your life and there's sometimes thorns." Like, what? It was just a scene. But yeah, either way, it's a 6.5 for me is what I'm gonna rate it.
7.0 for me. I love the guy because he's managed to create this arena where everybody's talking about and psyched about original horror. Like, it's an original horror movie, and when it's announced, people are freaking out and you know, squeezing their own butt cheeks in excitement, like out of it. And like, that's amazing.
Who touched my bum?
I fucking love that he's doing this, and like you said, coming from comedy and doing that and blowing everybody away the way he did with Get Out, and now this movie. I just hope that everybody wants to jump on it and love the shit out of it. They want to squeeze hug it to death until it's a dead fucking horse, and then eventually it's going to come out with a movie that's really good, and maybe it does push the envelope, and maybe it does get sinister, and everybody shits on it, and then they all go, do those first two movies again, do those first two movies again. And I don't want that for him. I want him to be able to keep being original and do whatever the fuck he wants.
I want his next horror movie to be about a half human, half octopi. Octopus man.
I would watch the shit out of that. Question of the day. Would you guys want to see Jordan Peele? Because he recently came out and said his favorite horror character of all time was Michael Myers.
I heard about that.
Would you want to see that?
Yes.
It's a weird theory I have in the back of my butt where it says
it's called diarrhea.
Maybe Blumhouse is pulling the wool over our eyes. They're waiting for us to go out, get its promotion, do its run, and then they're going to be like, guess what? Halloween. The director is going to be Jordan Peele, and that's why we haven't talked about it yet, because we wanted to let him get his press from us first.
I think that Jordan Peele, though, I think he's smart enough to what he thinks is like, as much as he loves Michael Myers and Halloween, and it would be an amazing opportunity, I think he wants to concentrate on building his own
and that's probably
filmography
smart,
first. And it's not because he wouldn't, I mean, who the fuck wouldn't take the opportunity if you're a super fan of Halloween, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna direct it, but if you're not ready, like, he doesn't want to pay disrespect to the film, be like, I'm not really, I'm still making my bones as far as like the horror elements go, and I want to build my filmography and then maybe do something like that.
Comment down below, let us know your all thoughts. We love your fucking faces, and if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in ya.
Fuck.
God, fuck this shit.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.